Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of our new property. Come on! So our property is made up of fields and forest. First off, at one end of the property, we have what's called the upper field. The upper field is on the upper part of the property. Then we have what's called the house field because, well, it's across from the house. And then we have the hillside field because it's on a hillside. One of my plans is to turn the hillside field into a forest and let it grow someday bigger and fuller so that it can be full of trees. And then we have what I call the horse field because there's a little horse shed in the field. And then we have what is often referred to as the forest. On one end of the forest, it's really dry, and we have a lot of fir trees that are dying because of the drought we have. On the other end of the forest, it's really dry, and we have a lot of fir trees that are dying because of the drought we have. But in the middle of the forest, it's healthy as a horse. There's also a seasonal drainage ditch that runs in between the fields and the forest. We also have a spring. It dries up in the summer, but it still stays cool and moist and wet. Our forest has a mixture of Douglas fir, incense cedar, oak trees, a few madrones, and some grand fir. Our fields, well, they mainly have grass in them. This is a baby oak tree. There's a skid road that runs through the forest from one end to the other, which is really neat because it's neat to be able to go from one end of the forest to another. However, it took a lot of work to clear it out because it was overgrown with poison oak and blackberries. I would like to add a few more skid roads here and there through the forest so I can access the entire woods for the purpose of collecting firewood, for walking trails, and just for enjoying nature. Dry leaves, yum yum yum. Not too long ago, we had our grass cut for hay. It was really fun because we're not really farmers or ranchers and we've never really seen it done before other than from a passing vehicle. So it was really enjoyable to watch them cut the hay and bale the hay. Now I'm a real farmer. But the main reason I'm a real farmer is because we have goats and unfortunately chickens. I don't like chicken. Goats are like dogs because they follow you everywhere you go. Hello. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have a friend around to go with you and listen to you. It's like having a friend and a dog and a weed eater all in one animal. Oh look, you're peeing. That's their way of greeting. The main reason we got them was to eat the brush. Because there's a lot of brush, because our property was neglected for many years before we got here. So it was very overgrown. There were blackberry bushes everywhere. Pretty much everything was in really bad shape. We also have a creek running through our property. It's small, but it runs year round, so I'm okay with that. It's definitely not the creek we had before, but I will not complain about good things that have been given to us. So I am thankful. I am thankful. I like wide open land. My wife likes fences, so I'm tearing down fences quicker than my wife can put them up. We also have a variety of wildlife, like deer and turkey and yellow jackets. I made that. I have a honeybee tree that I found on our property in a big hollow oak tree. I also have a lean-to. The listing stated that it was a 2-car garage, but quite honestly, the only reason that it's still standing is because I nailed a board from it to the house to keep it from falling over. It's a lean-to. Our house, on the other hand, is falling apart. Our house was built on a slope, and they did not level the ground out before building it. Therefore, the uphill side of the house is rotten, but that's okay because rotten wood can be replaced. Our house and our land still needs a lot of work, but you know what? We're happy to not be living in town anymore and out in nature.